Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from AOL Black Voices in Your Black World. Just in case you're wondering, I sometimes like to do webcasts from my home office. There's not much pretentiousness. If you ever see a mess in the background, just understand that it's because I'm a pretty messy person. But anyway, I wanted to talk about something that I recently wrote about, which was the police beating of Chad Holley. Chad Holley was a 16-year-old kid in Houston, Texas, who was beaten really badly by the police. And I wrote an article about it on Black Voices and also Your Black World. And I was thinking about that beating, and I think that the video that was released to the public about this beating was absolutely remarkable. For a couple of reasons. First of all, it was remarkable because you can see in this video that unlike other cases where you can sort of question as to whether or not the suspect was actually doing something to make things worse for himself, in the eyes of the officer, or whatever the case may be, that wasn't happening with Chad Holley. I mean, basically, Chad Holley had been stopped by the police and surrounded, and when he realized he was caught, he laid on the ground and put his hands behind his back. But the police obviously felt that they had the right to kick him in the face several times. What really disturbed me the most was when the cop backed up like he was kicking a damn field goal and kicked him square in his testicles, repeatedly. And they're punching him. They're just beating on this kid, and the video really struck a chord with me. It struck a chord with a lot of people. I mean, we're working right now on the Kelley Williams-Bolar case, the case of the woman in Ohio who was sent to jail for sending her kids to the wrong school district. But the Chad Holley case came along. And it really got my attention because, it really reflects a lot of the perception that a lot of people have about the criminal justice system in general, how we treat juveniles, how we perceive young black males, how the Texas criminal justice system works. I mean, if you want to see modern day slavery, all you have to do is go to Texas. Don't get me wrong. You've got bad prisons all across the country, and in fact our prisons are horrible, and the United States incarcerates more of its citizens than any country in the world. But if you go to Texas, you see a very special brand of racism. They execute more black people than any other state. They incarcerate more citizens. I think they have the worst per capita incarceration rate in the world, from what I understand. It's absolutely atrocious. And and also the Houston Police Department specifically had problems with beating minorities and shooting black men and things like that. And I remember there was another case of a brother named Tolan, Bobby Tolan, a baseball player, who was shot by a Texas cop in front of his mother's house. And he hadn't done anything wrong. The police had actually entered the wrong license plate number when they were following him, because they said, oh, well, I guess this guy doesn't belong in this neighborhood. And they followed him, put the wrong license plate number in, and ended up pulling him over. His mother comes out to find out what's going on, and they slam his mother against the garage. So he jumps up like, whoa, what are you doing to my mother? And the cop turns and shoots him in the stomach. So Houston, Texas, Houston and the state of Texas have serious problems when it comes to criminal justice. One of the things that I really want to applaud is the brother, I think his name is Quanell X, down in Houston, who went out of his way to get this videotape released. When you see this tape, you know that there is a reason that the authorities work so hard to keep it under wraps. But he somehow got it out to the public, and I just want to applaud that. I was supposed to go on CNN to talk about what happened with Chad, and they said, well, actually, Dr. Watkins, we don't need you anymore. We've got Quanell X out of Houston. And I said, you know what? That is the best person for you to talk to about this topic anyway. So I'm more than happy to give my seat to this brother, and also just tip my hat to him, because, without courageous community leaders like him, our community does not move forward. So, people down in H-Town, use this moment as an opportunity to really take a stand and to really fight against these authorities that feel that they have the right to abuse and to murder African Americans without consequence. This idea that the police have become the biggest street gang in the damn city, that's ridiculous. I think that all of us around the country need to support what they're doing down in Houston, but to also confront the authorities in our own communities. But remember, we have to have a balance. The balance says that just because a black man gets shot in the back or shot, period, whatever the case may be, that does not mean that the officer was crooked. You know, my father was a cop, and I know a lot of cops who do very good police work, who want to do the right thing. So we cannot put all police in one basket. We have to investigate the facts on every situation, but at the same time, we can't live in this world where some people believe that the power of the state supersedes all access to human rights. That's simply ridiculous. So let's keep it moving. Let's stay strong. Let's continue to fight. For Chad Holley, the young brother down in Houston who was beaten by the police, you know, one of my friends made a joke the other day. They said, yeah, this boy's going to be an instant millionaire. And he might be, you know, and he deserves it. He deserves to sue and all that good stuff. But I hope that he gets his life together, because he was convicted on that burglary, and you know, and I do believe that he was doing something wrong. And so I am a believer that young people are not beyond redemption. The fact that we live in a society that is so quick to try teenagers as adults, as if their lives can't be improved or reformed, is ridiculous. But and I hope that he's one of those reform cases. You know, I just hope that he doesn't do what Rodney King did and just continue to ruin his life. So, you know, Chad, I stand by you and I support you in what the police did to you, because you didn't deserve that. But you need to quit being a knucklehead, brother. Stand up. Follow around brother Quanell X and other brothers like him that will teach you how to be a man, because that's what we need in our community. But anyway, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins. Today is it's a Saturday night, and so you can see what kind of a nerd I am. I'm actually sitting here sharing my thoughts on a Saturday night, but I felt compelled to talk about some of these issues, and I thank you for listening. Take care. God bless. I'm gone. Peace.